Thank you, ma'am. It is 5:35. We're going to go ahead and officially call the meeting to order. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for being here. Roll call, please.
Billy James,
Present.
Avery Wilson,
Here.
Elliot Lawrence,
Here.
Jasmine Julio, Deborah Patrick. Here.
All right, so we have the adoption of this evening's agenda. Yes,
Have an addition of your finance report.
okay. Thank you. So the agenda is the approval of the minutes, the new business. It has 3 items, which includes the financial report, and then we have our economic development update. And then we'll go into executive session. Is there a motion to approve the agenda?
A motion to approve.
Okay, is there a second? Okay, all in favor? Aye. All right, so we have the approval of our January 9th meeting minutes. They're attached on the next page if you all want to kind of review them real quick. If you haven't had a chance to look at them. And then whenever you all are ready, I'll take a motion. Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
Motion to approve the minutes.
Okay, Mr. Wilson. And I'll go ahead and second it. All in favor? Okay. So that's enough to pass, right? Attorney Mitchell. Okay. All right, so the new business, we're gonna go to the 200 Metcalf extension.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much. So 200 Metcalf in your packet, it is actually on page 8. There's a photo of the catch basin that is in need of repair on 200 Metcalf Road extension. It has been this way for quite some time. It's from truck damage and trucks just continuing to hit it and clip it and roll over it. We went through and met with 3 vendors to get proposals for repairs. What we got back were 2, which are before you. It is a recommendation of the staff to go with DAF Concrete to do the catch basin repair work. It will be $3,000. It should take them, as I said, probably about 3, maybe 4 days to complete. The second proposal is from FemPro. And as you can see, their estimate was about $15,000. And for them, they said it would take anywhere from 7 to 10 days. But it is the recommendation of the staff with your approval to move forward with DAF Concrete.
So when you say staff, did our public works look at this?
Public Works looked at it initially. This is how the conversation initially started almost over a year ago. This was brought to our attention from Robinson Weeks about the damage to the catch basin. We went out with Mr. Nigel Watley from our Public Works Department to initially assess the damage. We then brought in our procurement department to find vendors that could handle the work. Unfortunately, this work is outside of the scope of what our Public Works Department can do.
I'm curious, do they? Yeah, I'm curious. Does the city have anything in place of how this can they can kind of mitigate this from happening? Are they going to move it further back onto that property to where the
I
you know
not currently, and I don't know that that is even possible. And as it currently stands, it's still a URA road because that turnover process hasn't
Oh,
happened
it
yet.
hadn't happened,
Correct.
okay.
Do you have something you wanted to add to that? Can you speak to the mic, please?
Uh, Good afternoon. I went out with Director Matthews for another matter, and he pointed out the damage to the catch basin. And one of the things he mentioned, just to kind of answer your question, because of how the road is narrow and how it is, I mean, it makes it easy for trucks can kind of hit that. And so there's not a possibility of it going further back.
Well, I guess I
Makes
should have
sense.
asked you, I should have started out asking like where it was situated, because I know sometimes
Yeah,
nothing can be done because
right.
how the truck has to turn and just can't make the turn without kind of hitting it.
Yeah.
Basically, I'm concerned that once it gets repaired, it won't be long before it'll be broken again, basically.
That's a possibility.
It is a possibility, but I will add that this initial damage was done to this well over a year ago. It hasn't gotten, yeah. So unfortunately, keep our fingers crossed, it has not gotten worse in the past year. It doesn't look like anybody's hit it or substantively has hit it since.
Probably because they see it there.
Right.
Yeah. So I did, and I don't think I communicated clearly with Mr. Clark. I did want the board to meet the new public works director. I did have the opportunity to go on a ride along with him in Ward 1, and the amount of knowledge that he possesses as far as knowing, even with the roads that we have been repaired by the county, um, it it's not done correctly in that just 2 or 3 years later it's going to start to buckle, and I don't know the technical words that he used or whatever, but he was explaining some of the things that needed to be done or what have you. So I do um think I want him to um introduce himself to the board, and I don't know, did he have an opportunity to see the quotes that
He has
was
not seen no, because I think we got the quotes actually before he started or right around the time that he started, but I'm happy to share them with him.
okay? Yeah. So if it's okay with you all, can we table this and then have him access it? It's just a-
He's gonna be in control of all this stuff.
Okay.
So far as
Okay. All right. And I think he does have he did share a little bit of what I don't know the correct word is when he's looking at the things that are going on in the city, and he shared that some of the quotes that we have received before with the actual repair of the whole road, um, we can save millions of dollars. And I really want to get his expertise, and hopefully once I have an opportunity to talk to Mr. Clark, we can include him in our meeting so we can get some kind of expert advice. That's okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
very much.
All right, and the next item on the agenda is the Oasis Consulting proposal for Stevens Lake Dam. And I know that we're trying to get together to try to do a tour. And I know with everybody's schedule, the weekend is better. And so initially we were going to try to get Mr. Mike to kind of host, I guess, the tour. But since we can't get on a weekday and he can't do a weekend, we're just going to try to go see it ourselves. And I did reach out to Mr. Freeman, and he said it's grown up a little bit by Marsh Lake, and he said he's gonna cut it back and have a four-wheeler or whatever where we can actually go and see Marchman Lake, and then we can go see Stevens Lake. So is there anything else that you wanted to add to that? Go ahead to add to that.
I moved fast, sorry. Not to the tour of the dams. You do have before you in your packets the proposal that was promised to you from Oasis about doing the exploration and the geotechnical survey of basically the engineering evaluation for Stevens Lake Dam. And for your consideration and or approval this evening.
So this is one of those things too that I would like to table, if it's okay with you all.
Here. And since they didn't hear the presentation, I'd rather them at least see what we're dealing with. And I think it's a good idea.
The next item on the agenda, and also we do have the contract for Oasis. We're gonna get our attorney to have to have her version to us for us to review.
Yep.
No, because we don't have, there's not a lot of. dis- I mean, I know it's leaking. It's leaking, but. Right,
Oh,
yeah. Okay. Financial report.
Good evening. Okay, everybody should have the packet. I'm gonna start out with the cover sheet, and just give us the overview of with this cover sheet. Your two checking accounts. The first one ending in 4594, the beginning balance is 3.7 million 67. You had deposits of 13,655,000, and then you had some withdrawals and debits of 42,577. Your ending balance is 3.738. Kroger checking ending in 4610. Beginning balance is 472,337. You had a deposit of 1,173. The ending balance was 473,510. Moving down to the operating revenue, you had investment income. That's coming from all of your bank accounts, including the Georgia Fund One, that gets your whatever's reinvested or any kind of interest is put into your investment account right here, which is at 967,964. So that's pretty good. Moving down to the operating expense, you had expenditures year to date at a total of 321,643. The budget still remains the same, $3,181,050. With that, year to date actual, taken away from that, you got a budget balance of 2,712,569. The next three are graphs I've just included just to give you a visual of the operating cash revenue and expenditures, operating expenditures. We've also included the bank statements. The first one is your ending at 4594, which we covered on the cover sheet. This right here. Also, with that, I included all of the checks that you see that was withdrawn here from the checking account. Here are the checks that with 2417, 2418, 2419, 2421, and 2423. I'll let y'all take a look at that and see if you have any questions on that. Now, that first check, you might not be able to see too good. That's to, if I can see myself, Piper Sandler. That's for check number 2417. I know that's a little blurry. Okay. No questions? Probably have some later on though. Next statement. This is in 4610. This is this shows it. The 472,337. Ending in 473,510. The only thing you had there was an interest payment, which was a deposit to the account.
Let me ask you a question.
Mhm.
The remote, going back to the first statement, the
Mhm.
remote deposit, 4,349.
Mhm.
Who was that from?
That is park at Fort Gillum. Y'all collect, I think y'all still collect something. Y'all collect rent on that? It's, that comes in monthly.
It's my first time seeing this.
Now, this is from,
It's the bank statement, the first bank statement that you see. Go back before the checks.
at the bottom, it's a deposit from, park at Fort Gillum.
There, yeah. You said what now?
Park at Fort Gillum. That's the,
That's my first.
4,349.
That's my first time seeing it. I don't.
I've had some more,
I know that,
more.
Mr. Clark mentioned, something with the POA,
Mhm.
and, some kind of negotiation with security or something,
Is that,
but I don't know what this is.
From the apartment owner.
Oh,
yeah, this is from the, yeah,
this is very first time.
this is our apartment.
Yes, so at Fort Gillum, there's the park at Fort Gillum, which is those apartments. The land and buildings are owned by the URA, but there's a property management company that leases the entire property from the URA, and they're required to make payments. And so one of the things we've been asking just to kind of figure out if this payment has been occurring, so.
But I will check for y'all to see if it's on the record. I think it happened last month too.
Okay.
So I'll check and see if this is a regular occurrence. I think it is though.
The transfer to 1839.
To the general fund.
Oh, that's the general,
Mhm.
the general.
That's the general fund account, yeah, bank account. That was, and I think this is once a year. This is, I have to see what, this is it says DNO insurance premium. Y'all recognize, it's once a year. So I'm gonna check and see, I was trying to look up DMO, the vendor. I don't see it. It's just something that, I didn't get a chance to go through, the general fund, general ledger, so I'm gonna go in that. All I did was go through, URA's general ledger, so I'm gonna go to the general fund and see, cause I think this is just once a year that you're paying the general fund for these, for this insurance premium, so I gotta see what it's really for. So I'll make a note about that.
Probably for next month, I want to kind of review like the contracts that we have with, uh, with, Piper. I know that's our, financial advisor, right?
Mm-hmm, it is.
Right View, I know that's our, contract, our
The grass,
landscape contract.
landscaper, okay.
Falcon Design, they do special projects for us, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, engineers, and then, Valentino, can't remember.
That's a consultant, ground engineering, that's the last one.
Brown and Engineering, who is that?
That was for the, geotechnical.
Mhm.
Oh, okay, got it,
Then we're a subcontractor with.
okay.
Do you need procurement here next time?
No, no,
Okay, okay. We go through the contracts, okay.
get a handle.
Oh, no problem, yeah. No problem, good eye. Yeah,
But I just, are you all physical copy?
Physical copy. Yeah. Continue, sir.
okay. All right. Jumping to the Georgia Fund One. Statement account of account. I think I got everything split out. Everything is, back to, not back to what it was, but I have them split out into two different accounts. So now they're earning, they're doing their own reinvestment. So with this one here, the earnings reinvestment came in at 16,653.66. So that's part of that, investment income that I mentioned over there on the cover sheet. That's in that 967, 964. So that's still doing pretty good. I'm,
Trying to find the page you're on.
oh, this one here.
It says Georgia Fund One.
Mhm.
Okay, got it.
Got it. You see the earnings reinvestment? 16,653. The next little packet I put in here was, and this is something, Councilwoman James always asks for. This is the monthly department payment report. This right here shows monthly what what you pay out. And it shows the company name and it shows, what account and how much. Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah, that's the downtown development. Authority.
oh, I'm sorry. All right, sorry about that.
Lecture.
Okay. That is my mistake. I am sorry about that. I will get the correct report. And I'll send it so they can send it to you, to everybody on that particular report. The next one after that, which is about 7 sheets, this is the URA report. And this is basically my backup for the cover sheet, as far as the revenues as well as expenses. And that is, that's the financial report. Sorry about that. I will straighten that out.
Any questions from the board?
I'm running so many reports, I lost track.
So one question I do have.
Mhm.
The management fee. On the front page of the Georgia Fund One statement, the $209.48. Is that just a standard fee?
That is a standard fee for them, the two. I think it fluctuates, but it's their management fee.
Any other questions from the board? All right, thank you, sir.
Thank y'all.
We have our Economic Development Director for our Economic Development Update.
Oh. All right, good evening. I'm gonna try to make this not too long. So we are scheduling business retention visits for Ward 1 and Ward 2. Business retention visits. Sorry, recovering from something I got from my daughter probably. Yeah. Where we go visit local businesses and figure out how we can support them and help them grow or expand and solve any issues that they may be having. We did have a meeting with a TSW a couple last week. TSW is doing the update for the URA boundaries, and they're creating a plan for the URA, as you all might remember from the fall. So we have met with them, and they are planning to come and present to you all in March to show you the updated boundaries for they're proposing for the URA and highlighting some of the proposed sites that they want to suggest for redevelopment that we had mentioned in the their proposal that they did for us. So hopefully they'll be able to come in the March meeting. And then we will present, we'll also provide you the updated boundary map beforehand so you guys can see it and have know what to expect going into that meeting. We did have a meeting today with the Partnership of Southern Equity about weary housing, and that's been our third meeting that we've had this month. And so that was a pretty good meeting. They are asking to come to our March meeting or March or April meeting to host a training for the URA members, I believe. Schedule a racial equity training for the URA members. It's supposed to be 3 hours, or it can be broken up into
What's it called?
a racial equity training meeting. It can be a 3-hour, one session meeting, or it can be divided into 2 separate half-hour. So that's something we just wanted to talk about tonight with you all to see what worked best for you all when it comes to that. The other thing is we did have we get a monthly update from our community development department as far as new businesses that have opened up in the city. We had 3 new businesses open up, all in Ward 3 and mostly in the Fort Gillum area. We did meet we've had several developers who have, we're continuing to meet with them and build relationships. Some who are interested in, yeah, some of the opportunities the URA might present in the future. So that's a positive. And Councilwoman James and myself and City Manager are going to have some further conversations about that in the future. And we do have our updated Main Street calendar that has come out. I'll let Ms. Dennis talk a little bit about that. Yeah.
Off the top of my head. So our Main Street calendar is this close to being finalized. We have two additional things that we are adding to the calendar for this year. Actually, three additional things that we're adding to the calendar for this year. But one of the things, Ms. James and I had a conversation about a month or two ago about an event that's called the Longest Table. And the Longest Table, somewhat similar in concept to like Dinner and Blanc, or even the Atlanta Regional Commission used to do used to do a civic dinner. But the Longest Table, typically it's truly a community-driven event, typically done outside that literally take up a block or two or three with the longest table, and inviting your friends, your neighbors, your business partners to come out and join and have a meal. There is no agenda other than truly meeting your neighbors and building community. As we are looking at the Food Truck Fridays, we kind of started down a hole of how to extend the footprint of Main Street beyond just the fountain, just doing events at the fountain. And so one of the things that we're working through now is partnering with the existing Food Truck Fridays that happen at Bill Lee Park. But now that we have the concept of the Longest Table and my new buddies in New York, what we are working through now is how to incorporate building a Longest Table on Main Street, shutting it down in front of between whatever that street is where the gas station is and Lake, to make the Longest Table and to extend Food Truck Friday beyond Bill Lee Park. So that's one of the things that we are working on. But here you go. So where we are right now, we will have our St. Patrick's Day Festival again on Friday, March 14th. We are going forward with our food and wine crawl again on April 26th. And I will send, you don't have to write this down because I promise I will send it all to you, and we'll send you calendar invites too. Everyone's trying to write real fast. We're also going to bring back our Up Early on Main, which was our Saturday morning yoga series that we did. We will host it on May 17th and June 21st, and then again August 16th and September 20th. We are bringing back the wildly popular Blues on Main event in October, on October the 10th. Again, we will do our Pottoberfest, because who doesn't love little dogs in costumes? And we'll round out our year with our Small Business Saturday event. One of the things that we're working through with Small Business Saturday is continuing on what we're doing. And every year we've kind of built and expanded the Small Business Saturday campaign, but we're also looking to partner with other Main Street programs from Valdosta all the way up to Atlanta. And right now, the working title of this bigger campaign is called From Beaches to Peaches. So really kind of doing a joint comprehensive event, literally from Valdosta all the way back up here to Atlanta. And then we will close out our year on with our holiday on Main. This year we expanded our holiday decorating contest. We cast a much wider net. We did it citywide, and included businesses and residents. It was wildly popular. We didn't have a lot of people participate, but we've gotten nothing but fantastic feedback. Gave out the last of our little goodie baskets today, recognizing our winners, and our honorary house winner has informed me that he is going to win next year. And he was disappointed that the wind did not cooperate with him, because apparently he had a snow machine and a bunch of other stuff that the wind knocked down. So that is where we are right now with Main Street. And again, rolling out a ambassador program, because again, I am one person. I do a lot, but there's a limit to how much I can carry all at one time. So knowing that we have to truly develop a volunteer ambassador program for Main Street and all of our Main Street events, and then also looking at how we just kind of roll out a little bit more comprehensive and deeper. And the final thing that I will say is that we are working with our planning community development department on a public arts commission, specifically for how we be very intentional in bringing public art to Main Street and to the arts and entertainment district. So are there any questions? I know that was a lot. Good. All right. Thank you. Thank you.
It was, we didn't have a vote. Do we need to have a vote? Okay.
And one last thing, we have been working with the Clayton State Small Business Development Center to have a partnership. And one of the things, economic development is about, mostly people think about attracting the big businesses and business retention, but it also is about entrepreneurship and supporting entrepreneurs and small businesses. So Clayton State has, in the fall, they hosted an event where they had an open house and they kind of talked about their resources. And we had maybe about 20 people, or well, the first one, 10 people, or 10, 15 people show up. And so we're going to do those events again coming up. So we've had some discussions about that. So how to support small business owners with the resources that the Clayton State Small Business Development Center provides. They provide business consulting. They can help you with your business plan. They can help you with marketing strategies. They can also help you navigate, getting loans and financing for your business, which is one of the biggest challenges for small business owners, as you all, I'm sure you all know. So we've received some dates for March. So we can do that. We'll host it probably in the 696 building, and we'll market that and blast it out so our local residents can benefit from that. So, all right, any questions? Yes.
And small business development, are we we're gonna have a big program when we get that built?
Yeah, so the goal for the Grapevine is that it's going to be a business incubator, a food hall, a co-working space, and a shared kitchen space. So that is the goal, that it will be able to kind of foster growth for entrepreneurs and those who have a good business, and this can help launch them to even go further. So that's the goal.
Including Clayton State, small business and those dreams.
We can include them in those dreams. Clayton State Small Business Development Center has a new area director, Gavantes Loundes, and he is he's got a very big vision for what he wants to see done with the Small Business Development Center in Clayton State and with Forest Park, and partnering with all the cities in the South Metro in Clayton and Henry County. And we haven't specifically talked about the Grapevine, but I'm sure that that's something that they would be interested in partnering with it.
Does this program, are you guys enlisting any corporate sponsors or corporate help with with this to bolster, like especially young people? Or is that something that you guys could include? Like, you get a young person out of college, they know nothing about entrepreneurship, but they want to be a part.
Yeah.
Is that something that you guys have thought about, or?
Could you repeat your question again?
So with the center that's going to be there, and you working with Clayton State, have you guys included any corporate entities to where they would give their time or give their talent or give their information to this program as well to help?
Feet on the ground. So that's the goal. That's the hope of this program. So if you know a budding entrepreneur, like today, we had career day at Forest Park High School, and there was a young man who came by our booth, and he said that he's interested in starting a business, as a concrete business, and I think he's in 11th grade, and he said, I told him, well, I don't know anything about concrete, but I do know people at the Clayton State Small Business Development Center who can offer their services, and they offer it for free. You can just schedule one-on-one consulting with them, and they'll be there for you and help you through the process. So I gave him my business card, and hopefully he'll email me back, and we can set something up that way. So um, there's always opportunities like that, and if you know anyone who is looking for help and resources, then I'm gladly able to connect. And we did at our Forest Park Business Association um, luncheon back in November. The gentleman from Clayton State, the area director, spoke, and he got a lot of good contact and feedback from that. And so, the one of the goals with the Forest Park Business Association luncheons is to have speakers who can help our businesses, help people who are trying to get their foot in the door to start a business, and to network too, because it's good to know other people's stories, how they got to where they are, and how they can learn from others. So, yeah.
Amazon seems to have a program, kind of a sub-program, to build entrepreneurs, that want to have a company and use their shipping.
Yeah.
A whole group of people sitting there doing nothing but being their own company. So that might be somebody to either speak or help us do corporate.
Yeah, and maybe we could see if we can get. I know we have some contact with Tarita Rogers, I believe her name is, who's their external affairs person. So that might be an opportunity. Yeah.
Bunch of people want to be rich.
Yes. I do.
It needs to be rich. I would say too, maybe incorporating when you have your business meetings,
Mm-hmm.
those businesses that may be interested in apprenticeships and starting some apprenticeships. I know at one point Mr. Freeman was looking for some young people to kind of mentor into the space of concrete services.
Okay.
Concrete business. And I know there's a lady that or a gentleman, I can't think of his name, but they do aviation.
Mm-hmm.
Aviation program where they have Delta, who's their sponsor. It's part of the Motherless Daughters Foundation. It's a kind of a branch off of them. But yeah, if they're interested in maybe doing some apprenticeship with our students and maybe get some free labor now,
Mm-hmm.
to help them, something that
Right.
will help them get educated as well.
Yeah, and we have Miss Warrior and the city manager and myself. We've been in meetings for a workforce development program and trying to get some of our local businesses involved. So I think that could be. We'd love to get their feedback and thoughts and partnership and um, yeah, and when we went to do our BRE visit back in September in your ward, one of the goals of building those relationships is because you do, like you mentioned about Mr. Freeman, you find out, hey, this company's hiring or they're open to training someone. So those opportunities are boundless. So yeah. All right. Any other questions?
No, I think that's it. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you.
So we do have to officially table items 2 and 3. So is there a motion can I put them together, Attorney Matricardi, to table items 2 and 3? Okay, that was Mr. Mr. Elliott. Yeah, yeah, that's the same. Yeah, and second by Mr. Wilson. All in favor? Aye. Okay, so we do have to go into executive session to discuss real estate. So is there a motion to go into executive session to discuss real estate? Mr. Wilson? Second by Mr. Lawrence. All in favor? Aye. Okay. All right.
Okay, thank you.
I'm so proud. I am so proud of you. Second session and reconvene. That was Mr. Wilson, second by Dr. Patrick, all in favor? Aye. All right, so coming out of the executive session, I will need to have a motion to approve the third amendment to the purchase agreement. That was Dr. Patrick. Second by Mr. Wilson, all in favor? Aye. All right, motion to adjourn. Dr. Patrick, Mr. Wilson, all in favor? Aye. Oh, yeah, oh, you know, volunteer